to give your name and your title, please?
Okay, I am Jamie Eddy. I'm the administrator of Hopewell and Home Senior Care.
Okay. How long have you been in this position?
Well, it's been a gradual thing. I actually started here about 10 years ago and then have kind of come from scheduling all the way up to being the administrator. So in this position, maybe about 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
How did you prepare for this position?
Honestly, it's been a progression because with a job like this, it's multifaceted. There's a lot that you have to know, from patient care to caregivers to business workings of the inside stuff. So it's just been a progression up to learning everything and being the person who knows it all. So yeah, that's over the years.
And what type of services do your agency provide?
We're a 24-hour company, so we can do skilled care, all the way down to companion. So there's the CNAs and home health aides do personal care, normal ADLs, bathing, dressing, all that kind of stuff, all the way. We have skilled care that the LPNs, RNs do, and the sitters, are just there for companion, doctor's appointments, fixing meals, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What population do you provide these services to?
Mainly the elderly. I mean, probably our demographic is anywhere from 60 to 90, 100, depending on, that's our main.
Okay. And what type of personnel do you employ?
Well, it depends. Do you mean in the field or do you mean within our offices?
Within this office.
Okay.
In the field, I mean as a whole.
As a whole, well, there's two different types of personnel I have. I have the caregivers, which are, again, RNs, LPNs, CNAs, home health aides, homemaker companions, and we have over 400 of them. And so it's basically a database that it's kind of like a match.com, they're fit, whether they're in school or they have other jobs, they want a new PRN. I mean, from young girls right out of college all the way up to people, this is their life, this is what they do, they're in their 60s or 70s and they just have known caring for people, so that's what they do for a living. As far as in the office goes, all of my administrative people here, they handle the day-to-day stuff, and just as we've grown bigger, which we have grown substantially over the years, just adding people on when we needed it.
That's right, because you do have a facility in Thomasville. Correct?
We have an office. We're a facility. We're not a facility, so just an office. Yeah. So we just expanded up there. We've expanded to Panama City and Destin before, and it's just been a little too rural to really pick up. So Thomasville, we've joint ventured with Archbold, and so they're part owners of our business up there, and we are starting it from the beginning up there.
Okay. How would you describe your management style?
I take the approach of hiring competent people that I feel are responsible to handle their duties. I'm not a micromanager. I give a task and I just kind of expect that they know how to do it, that it will be done. If for some reason it doesn't, I'll address it at that time. But mainly it's a big family here. We all get along really well. Very respectful. I give what I expect back. So I just kind of go like that.
Okay. What has been one of the hardest decisions you've had to make as administrator?
I think that probably any time my decisions that are the hardest is letting people go. It's a life, it's someone's, every day that you're letting go of, so that's probably the hardest thing to do is to let someone go that just isn't a fit or, isn't working out, stuff like that.
And in your opinion, what is the most difficult to manage? Rank this in order, with 1 being the lowest. Budget, people, or goals and objectives?
People.
People?
Yeah, definitely. Then budget, and goals and objectives.
Why people first?
Because people are all different. It's not, you don't get a book that tells you what a person's going to be like or how to handle a person. You really have to cater it based on every individual's personality and the way that they are, and it's definitely something you have to acquire a skill set to deal with or to learn how to deal with.
Do you develop the budget for your agency?
I do not. The owner, actually, he's my boss. I've worked for him for a long time, and he is the one who does the budget. He's the managing member of Hopewell, so he is actually in charge of all finances and deciding where they're allocated.
Okay. So you don't handle the budget at all?
I handle all of billing.
Billing.
Now,
okay.
budget is separate than billing as far as allocating, you know, how much money we're going to put into marketing this year or, you know, stuff like that. That's his decision.
Okay.
As far as the day-to-days, everything, billing, financial, payroll, that kind of stuff I handle.
Okay.
Mhm.
What percent of this job is supported by technology?
Wow. That's also a progression because of technology. When I started here, we had nothing but filing cabinets full of paper. We've gone paperless now. I've gotten us to that point. You know, when you deal with people who, most of our nurses, we have a lot of RNs, they're older. They're comfortable with paper. That's what they like to do. So I have moved everything to be electronic. So I'd say technology-wise, we are a good 90% reliant on technology.
Wow, so if the system goes down, that's not good. Huh?
Well, you know, luckily we there's measures in place for stuff like that. There's protocol and stuff that you have to have for that. But you know, our system for caring for our patients, that's all web-based. It's just held at a server separate from here so that it can be accessed anywhere you go. So stuff like that, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. Yeah.
What activities would you say is the most difficult part of the job?
What activities are the most difficult part of the job? I guess the biggest is just managing it all, you know, kind of juggling everything from overseeing people to making sure clients are happy to making sure, you know, our contracts are kept up with, billing and payroll's done, you know, so I guess basically in total, everything that comes with overseeing everything on a day-to-day basis is a lot. So just juggling it all.
Do you believe your current position involves more supervision or coordination?
Whether my position is more supervision or coordination, I would say, it's really hard to pinpoint that, but maybe more coordination than supervision. Yeah.
Okay. How would you, well, you already described your relationship with your personnel as being very open and understanding.
Yes, very much so.
Okay, and a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest, how would you rank yourself as an administrator?
That's hard. I always strive to be a 5 high. Yeah, I always strive for 5. So whether I always hit it, I might not, depending on the day, but I strive to do everything at 5. So it's hard to self-reflect like that, but yeah.
Okay, well, that concludes